we got ourselves Kiosko over for the team one, right? To got that survival hunter. I like the mog. Also like the glove, how it's all red. Matches the belt. We got Nod. Looks like he's gonna be first up. Versus Kragger. Immediately goes in for the big bleed. Go charging in versus Nod. Blaze Storm right after. Trying to see if he can chop him up into a charge to follow. Trying not to give Nod any opportunity to recover whatsoever. Trying to go for a leap, but looks like the Ring of Peace does end up knocking it back quite far into a trinket out of Nod. Leg sweep on a Kragger. Trying to see if he can just deal with it for a moment. Into Shockwave trinket to follow for Nod. Just burning through all of his defenses and utility abilities to break out of the CC of Kragger. Charging him with his wind. Kragger could be in a bad spot. Big blade storm to follow. Could go for a parry in case ever needed to. Charge it back to Nod yet again. Karma right after Kragger may just be have to be very, very careful. You parry up, but doesn't really want to build into the Karma. Doesn't want to transfer the damage back to himself. Stormbolt to follow as Nod trying to see if he can round the bend behind the wall scaffolding. There's only so much you can do, but this Stonebolts and Shockwaves can break past those CC, and it's just not a great feeling. Not a great spot. Almost dies to a heroic throw. The warrior leaps right back in, goes in for a bleed, not trying to see if he can fight through the war, but he's barely trying to see if he can keep past it. And as long as Kragger forces the man to run, the guy is gonna tick out over time. He just needs a big old charge and it's over. Trying to go for Mortal Strike. Does he get a big hit? Overpowered stun to follow. Does he get himself the execution he needs? Trying to go for a bit of flank. Charge catches him really quickly and it's just over. Lexium does come out, but the man is already even mid-swing. Take him out with Gamer going to be up next as a Fury Warrior goes in for the full avatar together with the Odin's Fury, trying to see if he can blast past Khadgar. Kraggar. My god. How did I get the name so wrong? Kragger taking a lot of damage though. Parry up and running. Will need to go for as much self-survivability as he can. Trying to go self-survivability, but also counter-offensive versus Gamer. Why he's got the parry? He's trying to utilize it in order to give himself as much pressure where Gamer just cannot respond. Banner down for Kragger for a second. Gamer trying to see if he can take it down. Kragger does end up using a trinket here. Next stun could be very deadly. Trying to see if he can chip past away Gamer or Rock's health as best as he can. Stun. Warbreaker to follow. Perfect opportunity to catch up a little bit of damage here. Reflect up in case Gamer got any kind of Shadow Flame damage on him. It looks like he did reflect something. He reflected the Shadow Flame down on him, I think. As Gamer barely any health, not really doing that great either. There is bleeds of the Gamer, whereas Kragger does not have any dots on him at all. So for Kragger, if you can just stay away from taking a few hits, second wound will kick in, start healing him back up, whereas Gamer will not be able to do the same recovery since there's a constant bleed attacking him at all times. Stormbolt for Stormbolt. Kragger does have Gamer in a good spot. Second stun right after, but Gamer has a fully yard into a Warbreaker to follow. Gamer trying to go for some damage of his own, but that's going to be a full bleed on the guy into a defensive stance for Kragger as he does get hit with the disarm. Goes then back into battle stance, trying to see if he can end the duel right there. Unless Gamer has some kind of an answer right now, he may be just in a bad spot. His health is really low into execute range, and I think Kragger may just have him. Does end up slamming him down at the end, I think with an overpower. My goodness, Kiosko charging in. I don't think he's going to give Kragger an opportunity to recover whatsoever. Sending in the pet, not letting that second wind kick in at all. So Kragger at the very least does have a pet that he can maybe like impending victory off of, but he's definitely going to have to get counter offensive with Kiosko. Immediate Shockwave, Warbreaker, trying to make as much damage as he can. Blaze Storm to follow into a parry right after. He may need to just stay into a battle stance as best as possible, do as much damage to Kiosko. Why he's got a defensive of parry up and running. And it's going to end up catching up a little bit of healing. Does something to follow. Let's go for a battle stance. Trying to stay as aggressive as he can. Blaze Storm to follow. Kiosko may decide to go super defensive. Actually has Kragger in the execute range. Going to be big damage. Freezing Trap to follow. I think it's just over. Kiosko just trying to catch up a little bit of health before a final kill shot to take down Kragger. Nothing you could really do. I feel like as soon as Kiosko came in and Kragger was not given an opportunity to recover, Kiosko did not want to fight a fully stocked up arms warrior able to catch up with full health. So Kragger, all he could do is go counteroffensive, chip away as much health as he can, but you just had to get lucky and not get hit by Freezing Trap. That's literally all you could do, so I think he played it as best as he could. Oh, what's your name? Polish Bull? Is that what it is? Polski Bull. Polski Bull. Polish Bull. Polish Bull. Polish? I'll call you Polish or Polish. I'm not sure. When I say Polish, I'm in Polish, okay? I get this wrong all the time. Just letting you know right now. Stun, Kiosko, big trade. Oh! Polish Bull. Okay, Polish. I'm trying to see if I can get that. Try to make sure to put respect on the name. Trying to see if I can walk over at Soul Letter into a Mind Flay, but he's kind of out in the open with all his pets. Void Torrent to follow. Does let him get a hit with a knockdown by the Fell Lord. This is what Polish Bull trying to see if he can back up out of there for just a second. Does have a self-healing. He does have Vampiric Embrace going back up in 15 seconds. Disperse the ready in case he ever needs to. He may need to be playing for big defenses right now. His Aegis is going to proc as he gets super low. Dark Ascension gives him an opportunity to maybe make some kind of a big play. Mind Games as wall is out for Soul Letter, trying to maintain the dots as best as possible. Polish Bull just sees himself a little bit more damage. Stun onto Soul Letter for the second, able to crack through his defenses fairly quickly. The man is just melting down right now. The dots together with DPs, Mind Bender, Mind Blast, everything could be really deadly. Polish Bull trying to figure out if he needs to go for Disperse or not. Right now he's got himself a Breaker Base, may need Disperse either way though. Trying to heal, may need Disperse. Unless you can go for a few on these pets. So later at no help whatsoever. You better be very careful. The Shadowboard Death. Shadowboard Death may end up killing you in a turn. Oh my god, it was so close. Shadowboard Death. He had to do it. Maybe we disperse immediately. Disperse. 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 I don't even know if the disperse is going to end up helping you. Dalaran has just got himself so much damage on him. Mortal Strike, Sharper Blades. The man may not be able to really respond to you whatsoever. With a Blaze Storm to follow Dalaran, try to see if he can take you down fairly quickly. Polish Bull, try to see if he can get himself any kind of recovery whatsoever. That's going to be a banner down for Dalaran. You can't really see the guy at all. Dark Ascension, trying to make sure he doesn't get juked. Fear to follow. Does he have a stun? He may need a stun, but no. The Execute just goes crashing right through the fender and Shadow Priest taking him out. With Cobrax gonna be up next. He cannot really heal super well or do a lot of damage with an Infernal constantly attacking. The Dalaran is in a bad situation right now. It's going to be a Syed joining in for free for Cobrax, trying to go for a big Casbolt, but it's going to be a stun by Dalaran with a Blaze Storm to follow as he goes in for a full Warbreaker versus Cobrax. The man is limited on what he can really do health-wise, trying to go for a little bit of survivability. Then it's going to be the Cloak, the Spore Cloak, giving him a little bit extra health to work with as the Fear comes out on the Incubus, but that thing could just go for a Succubus. You see on the side right now, is it going to be a quick reflect for Dalaran? He's at no help whatsoever, unless he can maybe go for Shadow Move, which he doesn't have right now. It's super unfortunate. There's not a lot of ways for him to really get out of there. Bonzafell doesn't attach, but it's going to be Mortal Coil together with a Portal. Conflagration's up for Cobrax. Not much he can really do to stop him at the moment. Dalaran catching up a little bit of healing. Cobrax is going to break out of that Stormbolt last second, try to go for a bit of a health funnel. Maybe this is what Dalaran could just chip away over the Incubus and eventually take it down. Maybe get himself another impending victory, potentially. Looking for a charge towards Cobrax, breaking it past the Bonzafell. Actually, may just have him right now. Cobrax with a wall. Does he have any ways out of this situation? I think he just needs to go counter offensive at some point. He got himself a wall. Bennett starts casting straight Dalaran's face, maybe. But it's going to be Execute, maybe. Hold on a second. Let's see. Last second. Bleeds are on him. Could still die to the bleeds. Oh, it does die to the bleeds. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Tal. You got two more to get through. You got a Rogue and you got a Mage. I don't know how you're going to do it. Krispy Kreme is an Arcane Master Blaster over here. Oh, love that Mog, by the way. That looks so good. It actually matches the ordinary pet. Try to go for an interrupt immediately. That's going to give Krispy Kreme so much opportunity just to go big damage, counter offensive, full pressure onto Tal. Actually going to put him so far back, got himself over Fear. It's going to be a tricky immediately for Krispy Kreme. That's going to be leave for Tal. Trying to see if he can back away with a touch of the magic still on him. That was definitely not the play. Oh my god. The dodge is strapped up. Can't do much about it. Get it frozen without knockback. As Crispy just goes in for a bunch of casts back to back. This man came in prepared to fight an arms warrior. And Tal is just limited on what he could really do. Banner down for a second. But Crispy got himself plenty of ability, plenty of instant cast, plenty of range damage, and plenty of control as well. Versus Tal, I don't know what you do in this situation. It's going to be a Stormbolt as he gets hit with an Ice Nova. He really needs second wind to kick in, but at this point, I don't think he can really do much about it. Definitely needs to be very, very careful with his interrupts. Got himself Battle Stance. This is going to be Ultra Time. Tal is going to back up out of there until Ultra Time is gone. There goes the Poly. Shot him out to follow. Poly right after. Reflect to follow. Is actually going to end up interrupting himself just to make sure he can get the proper Poly into Arcane Blast. Nothing Tal can really do in this situation. Breath to follow. Unless maybe he goes in for a parry. At this point, he needs a heal. He needs a parry. He needs everything right now in case he wants to live. Just been trying to see if he can just barrage him down. Oh my god, the touch of the Magi. He just needs one more big global and it's so much Tal getting frozen up. I think it's done. Barrage, wait a second, Tal lives for a moment, leaping away, wait a second, maybe, hold on a second, give it a moment, shifting power to follow after, Dalaran somehow still alive, reflect and parry up unavailable. It's going to be Crispy. Every time Dalaran has a reflect, Crispy just going to throw in an interrupt just so he can activate his own precognition, just so he can get himself the haze buff together with CC immunity. It actually gives him so much advantage. Wait a second, maybe Crispy might decide to go Fire Block. Big Arcane Surge. Oh, never mind. Didn't even worry about it. My goodness. Oh, that was rough. Cracker with 2. Dalaran picking up 2. Polish. Bull picking up 2 as well. Big droids, big damage. My goodness. Oh, that is so good.